Good evening, everyone. I would like to welcome all of our friends and family here tonight as we celebrate the commencement of Susquehannock High School's class of 2014. Tonight we honor the hard work that each of us has put in, not just in these past 4 years, but over the past 13. Since we were in kindergarten, we have grown, not just in size, but in the knowledge which we attained through our education here at Susquehannock. There are so many people to thank for our success. Teachers, parents, relatives, friends, and administrators, and none of us would be sitting here tonight at graduation without the immeasurable help of so many. Thank you to all of you who have played a role in getting us to this moment in our lives. As for my class, I ask you to use tonight as an opportunity to look back on the years you have spent in this great school district. There are so many friends you have made here and such great memories that you have to hold on to as we each move forward in our lives. It has not been easy at times, but we have all made it through high school, and tonight we will have diplomas to prove it. Once again, I would like to thank everyone for coming, and I hope you enjoy this evening as we celebrate a huge stepping stone in the lives of our soon-to-be graduates.
Welcome parents, relatives, and the friends of the class of 2014 to the 62nd annual commencement of the Susquehannock High School. What a wonderful evening to celebrate the accomplishments of the class of 2014. Would you please stand for the playing of our national anthem? I would like to introduce some of the individuals joining me this evening who have come tonight to celebrate with the class of 2014. On the stage with me tonight are Assistant Principals Mr. Kevin Mullen and Mr. James Hollinger, Superintendent of Schools Dr. Thomas Hensley, School Board President Mr. Robert Scheffner, and our Alumni Honor Speaker Mr. David Seitz. In addition, we have school board members Mr. Bruce Baumann, Mrs. Jerry Gronke, Mr. Ron Gronke, Mrs. Karen Hellwig, Mr. James Holly, Mrs. Diane Masamore, and Mr. Ollie Waldron. In addition, I would also like to welcome the entire district administrative staff and class of 2014 advisor, Mrs. Kristen Johnson. Won't you please join me in a moment of silence for one graduate, Miss Alexandra Sneen, whom is unable to be with us this evening. Our thoughts and prayers continue to be with Alex's friends and family at this time. Thank you. Each year, we pay tribute to scholarship winners from the graduating class. I would like to turn your attention to the program where you will find an alphabetical list of the scholarship recipients of the class of 2014, as presented by the graduates at the time of publication. Will the members of the class of 2014 receiving a scholarship please stand? approximately 114 students have received more than 230 scholarships totaling more than $2,010,000. Congratulations. You've earned it. You may be seated. I would also like to recognize those students that are willing to risk their lives so that we can live in freedom. Will those students planning on enrolling in our armed forces or academies please stand and be recognized? Thank you.
It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness. It was the epic of belief, it was the epic of incredulity. It was the season of light, it was the season of darkness. It was the spring of hope, it was the winter of despair. We had everything before us, we had nothing before us. Charles Dickens, A Tale of Two Cities. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. These words were used by Charles Dickens in A Tale of Two Cities to refer to the French Revolution, but I'm sure that many of us agree that they easily apply to high school as well. There have been times where everything seemed to be going perfectly, only to be followed by days consumed with 3 tests, athletic events, and due dates for projects. There is no denying that high school has been stressful. Ask anyone and they will agree. However, we have finished, and we have officially made it. Through all of the drama associated with high school, we came out on the better side. We have learned how to deal with problems as they arise, and we are all better prepared for the rest of our lives because of the stress that we once thought was unbearable. It was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness. Certainly throughout high school, we have all learned at least a thing or two. From all the classes that we have taken through the past 4 years, there is valuable knowledge that we will carry with us, not only next year, but further into the future. However, along with this wisdom did come the foolishness, and mistakes were made as we were trying to figure out who we were and where we fit in. Looking back, we probably wonder why we did half of the things we did, and we may never know whether it was to have a good time, just to get a laugh, or out of pure foolishness. Regardless of our motivation, we were able to learn from the mistakes, and all of these lessons have helped shape us into who we are today. It was the spring of hope, it was the winter of despair. Clearly, Charles Dickens was prophetically talking about this past winter when he wrote A Tale of Two Cities. There seems to be a never-ending amount of snow, and I'm sure that every single one of us experienced some despair as a result of it. The first snow day was fun, and even the second one was too, but after the 6th, we all became a little worried about when exactly we would be getting out of school. As much fun as the winter was, we did not want to lose any more of our summer. A summer which for many of us is our final summer as kids. Spring finally did come, and with it came hope. Hope for no more snow, hope that it might actually get warm, and hope that we would indeed graduate in the month of June. This hope is what has carried us here to summer, but we must always remember that it is hope that will get us through the dark winters we may have to weather throughout life. We had everything before us, we had nothing before us. Right now, it appears that we have come to the end of an era. High school for all of us is complete, and we will never go to school in a setting like this again. But like all things, when something comes to an end, there is a new beginning for something else. As we leave high school, we can all look forward to the bright futures each of us has ahead of us. Many of us are attending college next year, and those of us who are not at least have an idea of what we would like our lives to look like in the upcoming years. Seeing as this is the last time that we will all be here together at this school, I wish each of you the best. Although we are all going down different paths, we will always have one thing in common, that we successfully graduated from Susquehannock High School as the class of 2014.
Many of you may not realize the significance of today. Yes, I'm sure you all realize that today is graduation, the day we leave this school as alumni and prepare for college, start full-time employment, or join the military. However, it is also the 70th anniversary of one of the most important events in modern history, the Normandy invasion, better known as D-Day. On this day in 1944, over 150,000 American, British, and Canadian soldiers risked their lives to fight for freedom from tyranny, and it is crucial that we take the time to remember their dauntless courage and steadfast resolve by fighting for what they believed in. While we sit here and remember those brave soldiers, we can also continue to do what we have done on these grounds for the past 4 years: learn. Like the troops that stormed the beaches of Normandy 70 years ago, we've all been trained and prepared for this very moment through the endless influences of our teachers, parents, and friends. And now we sit here, waiting to disembark from the vessel that has carried us for the past 4 years into a world that's guaranteed to be different from what we've come to know and find comfort in. For some, this is a scary proposition. For others, it is an exciting one. And for even more, it is still too profound to fully comprehend. But in the end, this disembarkation is necessary because, like so many before us, we all need the chance to go out and fight for our beliefs. Some of us graduating today will join the same brotherhood of the valiant soldiers who fought that day to determine history. For others, though, our beliefs may lead us to defend the innocent as lawyers, to help the sick as doctors, to protect the public as police officers and firefighters, to maintain the infrastructure as skilled laborers, or to educate the next generation as teachers. While some of these jobs seem less glamorous than others, and perhaps none of us will be a part of something as important as D-Day, we all have very important futures, and everyone will be able to make an impact in some unique and important way. The moment of disembarkation is upon us, class of 2014, and no matter where your beliefs may take you, I wish you all the best of luck.
At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you our alumni honor speaker, Dave Seitz, a member of the class of 1953. While at Susquehannock, Mr. Seitz was very involved with the school newspaper, yearbook, band, and school drama productions. He also participated and lettered in football and basketball and was a member of the First Warriors boys volleyball squad. After graduating from Susquehannock, Mr. Seitz went on to study at the University of Delaware, graduating in 1957. Following his time at Delaware, Mr. Seitz completed a 10-year military career, but ultimately went back to college to earn his MBA at York College. In 1980, Mr. Seitz changed careers for a third time, this time pursuing a teaching career. Mr. Seitz now drives several fundraising initiatives, and he was even awarded the Southern York County School District Foundation's Distinguished Leadership Award. Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Seitz.
Distinguished administrators, members of the school board, learned faculty, members of the graduating class, parents and friends of the graduating class, ladies and gentlemen, it's always an honor to be asked to speak to a group or organization. Tonight, it's a double honor for me because I'm speaking to a graduating class of my alma mater. And it's a triple honor because my eldest grandson, and I'm not supposed, well, I'll tell you, Alexander Prego is a member of the graduating class. I am one of the original warriors. I was a junior when Glen Rock, New Freedom, Railroad, and Shrewsbury boroughs, and Codorus and Shrewsbury townships joined together after years of planning and consolidated into what is the Southern York County School District. It's happened in 1951. It was the first consolidation of this type in the state of Pennsylvania. Now, this took years to plan, and again, if you all know Murphy's Law, when something will go wrong, it will go wrong. Well, all this planning was fine except for one thing. That building over there was not completed in September of 1951. I don't know what happened. So, anyway, things became rather chaotic. The school board had to scramble where to house all these students. So grades 10 to 12 were sent to Glen Rock, the old Glen Rock school. 7 to 9 went down to New Freedom, and the elementary students 1 to 6 were scattered in church basements, in one-room schools, and any place they could find space. Now, this went on until February the 18th, 1952, when the present school was completed. And grades 7 to 12 moved in here, and the elementary students, grades 1 to 6, were moved into the old schools. There was a contest to name the school, and the school colors were chosen by a vote of the students. However, no one can tell me how we became warriors. I have talked to my classmates. I've talked to one faculty member who was here at that time. None of us have any idea how we became warriors. However, it is our consensus that the news media gave us this name during the first football season. I guess coming from the Susquehannock, so they gave us the warrior name. However, all Indians are not warriors, and all warriors are not Indians. So it's a noble name. There are all types of warriors, men and women in the military service, first responders, social workers here and abroad. It is an appropriate name because it signifies honor, strength, tenacity, and a fighting spirit. This is Robert Lau Field. Who was Bob Lau? He was also one of the original warriors from the class of 1952, and he was my friend. He was a member of the first basketball and baseball teams. Unfortunately, he did not have the opportunity to experience what you are experiencing tonight. He died in a car accident just several weeks before graduation, the first warrior to pass away. Now let me speak to the graduating class. The future is the rest of your life. What will you do with it? Will you live it to the fullest or just exist? To make life more than just existence, you need a dream or a goal, something you passionately want to do or accomplish. I speak of the grand dream, not many minor dreams that you have, such as I dream of a new car. That's not a dream, that's a wish. In other words, your dream should be the top of your bucket list. The dream, when achieved, will give you a feeling of satisfaction and accomplishment that you did something with your life. Do not expect the dream to be instantaneously achieved. It will take time and effort. It took me 45 years to realize my dream, which was to teach in a four-year college. You can also have a secondary dream, and mine is being fulfilled tonight. There are several key words associated with accomplishing your dream. First word is work. Everybody knows what that means. I know it's a bad word to some people, but it is a requirement if you want to fulfill your dream. No matter what the job or situation, work to the best of your ability. Nobel Prize winner William Butler Yeats said, "In dreams begin responsibilities." Second key word, responsibility. You are now legally adults. You have crossed the Rubicon. Adults have responsibilities. It is incumbent upon you to accept responsibility for your actions. No more shirking or lying about your behavior. As the old saying goes, stand up and be counted. To fulfill your dreams will require some hard decisions. Third key word, decisions. In life, we face many decisions. Some are automatic. Should I brush my teeth? Others are sort of mundane, minor. Should I have a ham salad sandwich or a tuna salad sandwich? Some require more thought and analysis. These decisions may affect your life and your family's life. Should I go to college? Should I take this new job? Should I go into the military? Attempt to make the best decision based on the information that you have available. Very rarely will you have all the facts you desire. However, you must make the best decision based on the facts and information available. When you have arrived at what you think is the best course of action, make the decision and take responsibility for it. Remember, in some instances, there will be no good decision. There will only be fair or poor ones. Then you have to choose what you think is the best of the mediocre choices available and still stand behind it. As you progress through life striving for your dream, it will be easier if you can find a mentor. A mentor is defined as a wise and loyal advisor. He or she can assist you in the work towards your dream. Just be sure the mentor is interested in you and wants to help you. Do not be fooled by false experts. The most skilled people are not always the best teachers. Take great care in finding a mentor. When you find a good one, listen to their advice. Another key word is duty. Duty, said General Robert E. Lee, is the most sublime word in the English language. Duty is conduct based on moral and or legal obligations and a sense of propriety. You have a duty to yourself, your family, any group or organization you belong to, and your country to conduct yourself within the moral and ethical parameters of society. Duty in many cases lends itself to responsibilities. Do your duty as you see it and take responsibility for your action. So to fulfill your dream, remember the key words: work, responsibility, good decisions, duty, and find a mentor if you can. As you begin the next phase of your lives, I wish you all good fortune and success in fulfilling your dream. But above all, remember this: no matter where you go, no matter what you do, no matter how long you live, you will always be a warrior. Thank you.
On behalf of the class of 2014, we would like to give you a small gift as a token of our appreciation.
Three years ago, I stood before the class of 2011, much like I stand before you today, and presented my first commencement speech. You were just finishing your first year of high school. I was just finishing my first year as principal. Today, we are here together to share your last high school commencement as a high school senior. My last high school commencement as the principal at Susquehannock High School. Oddly, commencement has two contradictory meanings. In its most common usage, it's the ceremony during which degrees and diplomas are given to students who've graduated from school or college. Yet in its purest meaning, commencement is also the time when something begins. A commencement does not just mark the end of formal schooling, but signals to the world that you're ready to advance to whatever comes next. Schools across the country are good at telling students that they have met the standards that we have set to be eligible to graduate. But school leaders are not always as comfortable claiming that all students are ready for what is next in life. You see, life's not just about standards being met. It's not about report cards. What will make you successful in life is less about standards and intelligence and much more about what's in your heart. Dennis Waitley says, success is almost totally dependent upon drive and persistence. The extra energy required to make another effort, to try another approach, is the secret of winning. Effort, my friends, is the driving force to success, and effort is difficult to assess. It's not something we grade on a report card. Effort comes from within. Some of you may remember my first commencement speech. Halfway through that speech, a tradition was born. I read a children's book called Let Me Hold You Longer. Since then, I've read a children's book during commencement to each graduating class. I would like to take this opportunity to read my last children's book to the class of 2014. With that being said, it will also be the first time that I've chosen an unpublished book to present to a graduating class. This book was written by June Young. June may be familiar to some. However, for those that don't know, June is the mother of Barbara Croner, an instructional assistant at Shrewsbury Elementary School, and grandmother of recent graduate Lawrence Croner, current junior Madison Croner, and senior Brendan Croner. Please allow me the opportunity to read June's book, Marty's Magic Marker. There was a little boy named Marty who asked his friends to his birthday party. The house was filled with fun and noise, and gifts from all those girls and boys. They brought him shiny cars to zoom, blocks to build with drums to boom, a gun with corks for pop, pop, popping, a pogo stick for hop, hop, hopping, a wind-up train with a red caboose, and the latest book by Dr. Seuss. A kite for flying and a bouncing ball, but guess what he liked best of all? It was a special gift from his brother Ken, a marvelous, mystical magic pen. A magic pen? For goodness sakes, because it never made mistakes. He took the pen to school next day and shocked his teacher, Mrs. Gray. Now, when Marty wrote his alphabet, his work was neat as it could get. In math, where he was poor before, he always got a perfect score. His spelling words he never missed. The pen would simply guide his wrist. He skipped his homework 'cause he knew his magic pen would see him through. He never took the time to think until, alas, the pen ran out of ink. He quickly ran to Ken, his brother. He cried, "I've got to have another." But Ken said sadly with his head hung down, "The magician who sold them has moved out of town." "I'm awfully sorry, little buddy, but it looks like you'll just have to study. A little work and concentration, and you can still be a sensation." Marty dropped his head in gloom. He took his books up to his room, and there he studied, wrote, and read, then tumbled tired to his bed. Next day he ran to school when he heard the bell, and to his surprise he did quite well. He'd learned the magic isn't in the ink. The magic is you've got to think. Today you all begin a new life as equals. You're all Susquehannock graduates. You are all at the beginning of a new journey. Intelligence, wealth, nor magic marker will determine who has a successful journey. The key to living a successful life or having a successful journey is not magic. It's not fate, and it's not wealth. The key is hard work, effort, and desire. Now, I'd mentioned earlier that the first book that I had read at commencement was Karen Kingsbury's Let Me Hold You Longer. Inside the cover of that book is a note. It reads, "To our son Bobby, I pray that we slow down each day to replenish and relish in your accomplishments with a conscious awareness that celebrates your lasts. We love you today, tomorrow, and forever, Mom and Dad." On behalf of all parents, friends, and staff, I'd like to leave you with this same message. Class of 2014, we pray that we slow down each day to relish in your accomplishments with a conscious awareness that celebrates your lasts. We love you today, tomorrow, and forever. Congratulations. By the authority invested in me by the Southern York County School Board and Superintendent Dr. Thomas Hensley, I hereby certify the members of the class of 2014 presented to you here tonight have met all the requirements and have completed all necessary credits set forth by the Pennsylvania Department of Education and the Southern York County School District and are hereby declared eligible to graduate from the Susquehannock High School.
Joshua D. Gladfelder, cum laude.
Ashton Albin, cum laude.
Abby Mae Barnhart.
Catherine Marie Norris, magna cum laude.
Allison B. Fair, summa cum laude.
Eric Gregory Johnson, summa cum laude.
Mark Scott Weaver, summa cum laude.
Khalil Abrams.
Anthony M. Acton.
Cody Allred.
Sammy S. Alls.
Robert S. Alton Jr.
Adia Amade, summa cum laude.
Nathan Armstrong.
Nathan A. Ayton.
Sarah Bailey.
Sarah Ruth Bailey, summa cum laude.
Abby Lynn Ball.
Brianna Lachey Barco.
Amanda Barker.
Ben Barshinger.
Rebecca Bell, summa cum laude.
Kyle X. Beam.
Julia Bean.
Mark Beardsley.
Jason Beach.
Ann L. Berg, summa cum laude.
Nathan Bilby.
John Tyler Buke, magnum cum laude.
Casey Lauren Buke.
Marley S. Bayshore.
John Billis.
Olivia Bond.
Abigail Rose Bond.
Ian Bourne.
Savannah Brenneman.
Kelsey Britt.
Hannah Marie Brown, magna cum laude.
Mackenzie Brown.
Ronald Brown.
Robert E. Berlinski.
Jacob Bryan, magna cum laude.
Megan A. Burns, summa cum laude.
Jason Allen Burton.
James Calhoun III.
Daniel Chambers.
Sarah K. Soretta, summa cum laude.
Grace Charnego.
Rebecca Bond Childs.
Kyle Shimileski.
Rosemary Colbert.
Luke Alexander Connolly.
Casey Cox.
Adam Dell.
Austin Davis.
Brooke M. Dieter.
Sierra Davenport.
Daniel Kenneth Costa.
James Colton Diaz.
Madison Driscoll.
Shannon Druck, cum laude.
Connor Charles Durkin.
Deontay Drumgool.
Karina L. Ernst.
Heaven English.
Jennifer Ferg, magna cum laude.
Mackenzie Fancher, summa cum laude.
Kylie Fields.
Daniel Vincent Ferraro, summa cum laude.
Molly Flowers, summa cum laude.
Adam R. Fishburne, magna cum laude.
Emily Marie Foreman, summa cum laude.
Logan Four.
Zachary Galante, magna cum laude.
Mark Fraun.
Bailey Edward Gallegos.
Melissa Elizabeth Futrell, summa cum laude.
Caitlin Garrett.
Julianne Garofalo, summa cum laude.
Cody Goon.
Emily S. Gemmel, summa cum laude.
Clay Harrison Gemmel.
Zachary Gleckner, magna cum laude.
Sade Ann Greenfield, magna cum laude.
Amanda June Good.
Juan Gordillo.
Destiny Ann Gover.
Haley Grove.
Morgan Elizabeth Gregus.
Brandon Hackman.
Christopher Gooderjohn.
Jonathan Hayes, summa cum laude.
Callaway F. Hatcher III, magna cum laude.
Destiny Hatcher, magna cum laude.
Megan Harmon.
Nathaniel Heltzel.
Seth Michael Heidewall.
Alicia Marie Herman, cum laude.
Cheyenne Ray Hess, summa cum laude.
Christian Hinkle.
Julian Ernesto Hernandez.
Benjamin N. Hoffler.
Brian Hitty.
Joshua Christopher Hauser.
Zach Halloway, magna cum laude.
Daniel Esang.
Jay Hughes, Jr.
Hannah Linnell Jacobs.
Catherine Ann Jackson, cum laude.
Jordan Taylor Jacobs.
Sarah Ann Jackson.
Hannah Jensen, magna cum laude.
Brianna Zoe Janowick.
Michael Jones.
Brian Kerr, summa cum laude.
Kelsey Kennedy, magna cum laude.
Luke Russell Knott, cum laude.
Melissa Nicole Kuehler, summa cum laude.
Brendan Kroner.
Alexis Kraus.
Donald J. Kunicki.
Nathaniel Charles Lockman.
Alec Lebo.
Jake Lanise.
Sadie Leslie, summa cum laude.
Brittany N. Lewis.
Taylor Lochte.
Olivia Livering.
Sarah Luckaball.
Brandon Lomer.
Ricky Mann.
Sarah Lynch, summa cum laude.
Stephen Michael Martinez.
Catherine Jeanette Martin, magna cum laude.
Miranda Jordan Mason.
Michael D. Mattis.
Leonard H. Maynard IV, magna cum laude.
Ryan Mayfield, magna cum laude.
Phoenix Alexandra McDonald.
Jacob Blau McDonald.
Whitney McGowan, summa cum laude.
Kaylin McDonough.
Brianna Catherine McKinney, cum laude.
Nolan McGraw.
Gideon Miles.
Daniel Jacob Mushaw.
Brian R. Miller, summa cum laude.
Bethany Danielle Miller, cum laude.
Shavon A. Miller.
Sammy Miller.
Sam P. Miller, magna cum laude.
Matthew L. Nitzel.
Catherine Morrison, summa cum laude.
Tyler Mall.
Haley N. Murdoch, magna cum laude.
Cassidy Elizabeth Mummer, summa cum laude.
Taylor Linton Mumley.
Levi J. Myers, cum laude.
William Frederick Myers, magna cum laude.
Stephen Michael Knowles.
Joseph Daniel Newton.
Zoe Odegaard.
Bryce Edward Palmer, summa cum laude.
Jessica Lynn Perez.
Aaron Perrion.
Alexandra Piero, magna cum laude.
Tony Permadio.
Becky Sue Miller.
Alexander Prego.
Emily Constance Princeton, magna cum laude.
Caitlin Poff.
Kayla Elizabeth Pugh.
Catherine Elizabeth Procopio, summa cum laude.
Zachary R. Reed, magna cum laude.
Victoria Rassa.
Colin Rennell.
Juliana Renee Reed, cum laude.
Michael Brian Ridenauer, Jr., cum laude.
Matthew Reynolds.
Ronnie Robinson.
Jacob Rivers, cum laude.
Megan Rogers.
Derek Stephen Rogers, cum laude.
Jessica Rose, summa cum laude.
Nathan Rohrball, cum laude.
Connor Saylor.
Olivia Nicole Royer, summa cum laude. Maya Jeanette Schechner, magna cum laude.
Andrea Sanchez Martinez, summa cum laude.
Bryce Schodel.
Kai Schnittker.
Cullen Swenson.
Holly Schultz.
Alec N. Seneft.
Austin Scott.
Aubrey J. Scott.
Travis Seward.
Garrett Schoon.
James Sargent, summa cum laude.
Ann Elizabeth Sharon, summa cum laude.
Taylor Schaefer.
Zachary Russell Shelley, summa cum laude.
Sarah Margaret Sheeran, magna cum laude.
Zachary Smith.
Chelsea Louise Simmers, summa cum laude.
Katie Ann Sawinski.
Thomas Snyder.
Holly Ann Stansky.
Jason Sokowski.
Brandon Joseph Spates.
Michael Vincent Spataford Jr., summa cum laude.
Evan Holt Stem.
Catherine Steinis, summa cum laude.
Shane Stockslager, magna cum laude.
Sydney Strine, magna cum laude.
Tyler Stahl.
Sarah Stockslager, magna cum laude.
Gina Swords.
Owen Matthew Swidor, summa cum laude.
Emma R. Taylor.
Colin Tattersall.
Jacob Thomas, cum laude.
John Teeter.
Timothy Clyde Wilson.
Andrew Thomas.
Alec Thompson, summa cum laude.
Jacob Andrew Yingling.
Alexandra Carolyn Tobin, cum laude.
Tyler Edwin Torgerson, magna cum laude.
Christopher Tracy.
Jessica Umatsu, magna cum laude.
Carly Renee Van Leeuwen. magna cum laude.
Ryan Ullery.
Catherine L. Wagner.
Yes, Katie!
Jessica L. Voltaggio.
Brooke Daniel Ward.
Levi Waldemar.
Alexis Marissa Weichel.
Taylor Lindsay Reese.
Noah Jeffrey Whitlock.
Michael Wells, summa cum laude.
Sam Winslow.
Tyler J. White.
Zane Riley Wood.
Tristan Michelle Williams.
Melanie Ann Yakel.
Dustin Wilson. Noah George Wise. Carson Wood, cum laude.
And in memory of the member of the 2014 class, Alexandra Sneed.
Sons and daughters, true and loyal, join our song of cheer. For our dear old high school royal, as we gather here, we are filled with praises endless and remembrance clear. Ere our voices will defend a red and white so dear.
As we stand here today, we stand with the entire world ahead of us. After today, we will disperse out into that world. Some of us will choose work, some of us will choose school, some of us will choose the military, and some of us will be unsure of what path to choose. But each one of us will be an equal part to society. Every one of us is about to step into the unknown, a world that is unlike what we've experienced here at Susquehannock. Yet, when we face those challenges, we will face them knowing that we are prepared for the life ahead of us. The past 13 years of school have been a learning experience with our teachers, loved ones, and peers. So when you're out there facing those challenges, remember the words of your friends and family seated all around you right now. And remember that each one of us has the opportunity to succeed. Like caterpillars, we have spent our lives staying close to the ground, cocooning in order to prepare for flight. We have lived in this cocoon, our home, for so long and have experienced so much. Today, we leave as a butterfly, ready and able to spread our wings and live the life we were meant to live. So, I say to you, fellow graduates, let's fly. Congratulations, class of 2014. We did it.
Would the class of 2014 please rise? We have 2 items to do. First, please take your tassel and move it over. Second, by the power and authority vested in me by the State Department of Pennsylvania as Superintendent of the Southern York County School District, I declare you graduates of Susquehannock High School. Congratulations.